Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 73 and today I want to start things off by letting you guys know that I have been a total spoon. A massive spoon when it comes to YouTube in general. As you guys know, recently I hit 1 million subscribers. In fact, that actually happened a couple months ago now. We're currently sitting at 1.2 million subscribers, which of course is completely insane. I mean, that's a massive number of people, and I've said it many times, but thank you ever so much for the support, because I can't quite believe how far we've managed to come with this whole YouTube experience. But yeah, as you guys know, when you hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, you get what's known as a gold play button. Now, this is like a big plaque that you can put on your wall. It looks amazing, and it's something that I was very excited for, and I've been sitting here patiently waiting for it. Now, it turns out you actually have to claim this gold play button. I found that out a couple months ago, so I did that, and then, once again, sat here patiently waiting. Turns out when you claim the gold play button, you then have to order the gold play button. This is something that I hadn't realised, so I've been sat here for like 3 months now thinking, it's probably going to arrive soon. You know, at some point it's going to be arriving, and it's still not here. So, it's totally my own fault. This is not YouTube being slow, this is just me being slow, as per usual, and I just thought I'd let you guys know that, yeah, I'm just a bit of a moron, really, aren't I? But anyway, aside from all that sort of thing, I don't really want to talk about it for too much longer. What we're going to be doing in today's episode is we're essentially going to be cleaning up the place. Every single area that I work in is going to get a full spring cleaning, because as some of you guys have noticed, there's a few things that are just getting a bit messy at the minute. There's chests all over the place in the drone. There's the giant iron head up at the top there. In the new community builds area, there's just tons of blocks all over the place that don't look particularly good. What we're going to do is we're going to spruce up this place and basically make it look 10 times better and return it to its former glory, which I think sounds like a pretty good plan today. It's going to be a lot of work because there's tons of different little projects that we need to work on, so let's get down to business. Project number 1 is to fix up this item filter right here, because I honestly don't know what's happened to it. I mean, seriously, I have no idea how this would come about, but by the look of things, it's caused a bit of a mess. I mean, we've got loads of rotten flesh in there, we've got lots of things in the wrong spaces. Actually, I think I've realised what's happened. Yep, I've been a total moron. Turns out, when you fill up all of the items inside these item filters right here, these need to be renamed items. Otherwise, things like that can happen, and that means that you break the entire system. Nice work, Ollie. Fantastic job. In other news, the Hermitcraft server seems to be broken. Our bed system doesn't seem to be working, because whenever you sleep, the sun goes to there. Which means it's already almost down. So we're having like 3-minute days, which is just really frustrating. That problem is now fixed. Now it is time to remove all of the chests and awful items that I have out the front of the drone, because this place is just looking terrible at this point in time. I think most of the chests are empty. Some of them have junk items on the inside. Some of them have some pretty decent items on the inside. But for the most part, it's all pretty much rubbish. So let's get rid of that. I'm trying my best to keep things as fast-paced as possible right here, so I've cleared up all of the chests out the front. Now I'm in the process of getting my iron golem farms back into working order, because by the look of things, the iron golem farm design that I actually used is a tiny little bit flawed in the way that iron golems can spawn actually on the edge of the farm. They don't drop into the water, and that means that they don't die, which means that this thing actually stops spawning iron golems, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. So hopefully I can kill this guy safely without him killing me, because otherwise that'd be very bad. I mean, can you imagine my items exploding all over that floor? They would go everywhere. So I've got to do this in every single one of my iron golem farms, because all of them are currently broken, and then we'll be rolling in the stuff once again. All of the iron golems have now been removed, and I just thought I'd quickly mention, I don't know how old school some of you guys are, but do you remember in Hermitcraft Series 2 when I decided to try and fight a wither using iron golems, and it didn't go so well? I mean, the wither died. Okay, the wither got taken out by the iron golems. They did a fantastic job. Slight issue is that the nether star did fall in lava. Yeah, it just dropped straight down into a lava lake and got completely burnt up. Which was, oh, it was such a painful moment for me. I'd spent hours gathering those wither skulls, and I just couldn't believe my own eyes, to be honest with you. And that was way before you guys knew that I was a total noob at Minecraft. So I got a lot of hateful comments in that comment section. And here is that exact moment. So I decided to download the video from YouTube and put it straight in this video. It's so painful to watch. So painful to watch. Oh, I dealt with it well though, I really did. Now that that's all done, I think it's about time that we remove this little fella right here. Unfortunately, it's been up for a long time. I think it's been like a couple months that this thing's been here. But it's about time that it goes. It is about time that it goes. But before we do that, can't help but notice we've got a few skeleton traps around here. So let's just run up to this guy and try and knock them all off the edge. That was flawless. Was that like the... Oh, no. Well, we'll leave him to it. I'm very happy with how I dealt with the other two then. Anyway, let's crack on with the third-person time-lapse. So, during today's time-lapse, I thought we could do another quick time-lapse chat. And in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you guys about the summer holidays and going back to school. Because for those of you who don't know, as a YouTuber, the summer holidays are fantastic, okay? They really are a fantastic time. As you've probably noticed on my channel, as I've been talking about it quite a bit, my numbers have just gone through the roof. I mean, my subscribers have gone right up. I've been gaining around about 65 to 70,000 subscribers a month, which is pretty good for me. And also the views on my videos have increased, and just the general interaction has increased. And that is mainly because a lot of the people are on the summer holidays, and you guys have a lot more time to watch my videos, and people have more time to find my videos. They have more time to browse on YouTube, essentially, and look for new YouTubers. So the summer holidays for me is a fantastic time of the year, so I personally am very sad that the summer holidays are over, but also I'm sure quite a few of you are also quite sad that the summer holidays are over, because of course it does mean that you're going back to school. Now, I remember when I used to go to school, the summer holidays was a great time. I mean, the first like 4 or 5 weeks of the summer holidays were fantastic, okay? You were like, this is amazing, I have so much free time, I can do whatever I want. Towards the end of the summer holidays, if you're anything like me, you get a little bit bored. You know, I was sort of sat there thinking, school would be nice. I'm looking forward to getting back into school, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone that I haven't seen over the past couple of weeks. You know, the sorts of friends that you don't really hang out with outside of the establishment that you go to, but you like seeing them anyway? Those sorts of types. Now, the reason that this is extra especially relevant to me is because I would have actually been going back to school in the next couple of weeks. I would have been going to Nottingham University to study computer science. That was my plan. I got my place. I was extremely happy about it. And to be honest with you, when I applied for that place in 2015, I really wasn't expecting to still be doing YouTube. Now, I know that sounds like a silly thing, but as a YouTuber, as a content creator, you sort of have to prepare for the time when you become irrelevant. Now, I know that's like a really horrible thing to say, but I know for a fact that I am not going to be making these videos until I'm 70, okay? I'm not going to retire at the age of 70, hang up my recording boots and go, right, I'm done with this. Unfortunately, it's probably going to fade out at some point, and you sort of need to make plans for that happening in the future, and I thought by this time it would have faded out. This past month was the best month I've ever had on YouTube, so by the look of things, it's not fading out, and I have said, nope, I'm not going to university this year. I've told them, I've let them know, and I'm going to continue making YouTube videos for you guys full time, which I'm sure is going to make a lot of you very, very happy indeed, and it makes me happy as well. But anyway, that's enough of that chat. Let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. So here we go, the final few blocks to remove now. Just the last couple of iron blocks down at the bottom of our iron golem's face, and this thing will be fully removed. And I have to say, even though this has only taken around about an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, because it's been such a ridiculously boring mining project, it's felt like it's taken like 4 hours. I mean, you know when you're doing something and you're just like, right, okay, the first 20 minutes you're like, this is probably going to be quite boring. And then after the next 20 minutes you're like, oh boy, this is really boring. And then any time after that, you're just like, oh, why did I choose to do this? Yeah, that's basically what I went through right there. So thank you ever so much to Tango Tech and Impulse for building that awesome, awesome thing inside my drone. It is very sad to see it go, but it's also nice to see what the drone looks like back in action without that gigantic thing there. And I can see that's fantastic news as well. Our iron golem farms are actually working. They are producing iron golems, which is brilliant. So yes, so this thing is now cleared out. You know, I'd totally forgotten what the drone looks like in its entirety. It's a lovely looking place, isn't it? This really is a lovely looking place that I've created right here. I'm chuffed with it. I hope you guys are chuffed with it as well. That being said, one massive, massive almighty positive of taking out that giant face there is look at my inventory. I mean, we're never going to have iron problems ever again. That is 9, 18, 36, 39 stacks of iron blocks. And a diamond. The diamond spoon. That is Wonderful! I mean, I can afford to do this now. Yeah, 9, 18, 37. It's 40 stacks of iron blocks. Honestly, I'm surprised as well. I did A-level maths. That was a year ago, though, so, you know, sometimes things slow down in the brain department. The next plan for today's episode of Hermitcraft is we're going to clear up the entire area around the industrial district. Once again, I have let it turn into a big mess. We've got creeper holes all over the place. We've got various fence posts missing. That area over there just hasn't been done at all. So we really need to fix up that spot and maybe even do a little bit of terraforming in that corner and in that corner as well, because right now it's looking a tiny bit rough around the edges. So I'm going to gather up some sandstone, some redstone clay and some fence posts, and then we should be good to go. Be honest with me, guys. It's not going to hurt my feelings. This doesn't look natural, does it? I mean, let me know down in the comment section, but this looks like a mess, doesn't it? It looks like I've come through and just gone ham with my shovel, which, coincidentally, is exactly what has happened. I've literally just come through here and destroyed pretty much everything. I'd say it's getting better. You know what? That's really helped. Just doing that little bit there, it has made it look better than before. I mean, it definitely looks better than before. There's no doubt about it. It definitely looks better than before, but it's not like 100% natural yet, is it? Maybe when there's grass, it will look a tiny bit better. But now I'm actually going to remove this thing because this is definitely annoying me. With these final few blocks here, I do believe the entire industrial district has now been all fixed up. So I've filled in all of the fences. They're now looking 10 times better. I have taken out the old beacon platform thing that had just been lying around there for ages because that thing was looking pretty horrible. I've done some terraforming over there. I've extended out the edge of the industrial district so it actually encompasses our new wheat farm. I think this place is looking good. We have made the industrial district great again, which is a brilliant, brilliant thing. But now what we have to do is we need to do a tiny bit of work on the spoon counter. As some of you noticed, I basically built the spoon counter and I've encased the button within this hill, which in itself is a bit of a spoon moment. So I guess we've got to fix that. The button is now in place, it is now fully functional. We have got 3 spoon moments in total on the Hermitcraft server, including the time where I forgot to place the button in the correct location on the spoon counter. So now we can leave this place behind, we can leave this place behind, and we can leave this place behind, and travel over to the new area on the Hermitcraft server. This massive space over here is the area for your crazy, ridiculous ideas. It's my new plan where you guys suggest ridiculous ideas down in the comment section, and I build them in this gigantic space. I think it's going to look awesome in the next couple episodes, or at least whenever we try and work on this. But the slight issue is that obviously around here, it's looking a little bit rough around the edges, isn't it? I mean, we've got some template blocks around here, we've got some pretty awful terraforming going on the outside, and some really disgusting blocks around this area. So what we're going to do is clean this place up, chuck in some trees, and basically make it look a little bit more pretty. Because I feel like this episode has been lacking exciting moments, I'm going to set myself a bit of a challenge. I want to fly through the Batcave and make my way into the gigantic community builds area. So here we go. We're going to take a very wide stance here. Oh my god, I'm coming in fast. And oh, it hasn't worked. Okay, maybe my plan wasn't so hot. I wonder why that didn't work. Now you may be sat there wondering why I felt the need to do that previous clip. You know, with the Elytra flying and the Batcave stuff. Simply because, well, the next progress update is a little bit boring. Look, I've placed in all the dirt. I mean, there's not too much more to add. The dirt is in. It's very brown. It's filled in all of the ugly blocks. It's still quite ugly, though. And now we just have to wait for the grass to spread, which is it's not the most thrilling thing I've done all day, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Progress update done. Dirt is in. It's looking very brown. Why is it that I feel like the trees that I'm planting here look really unnatural? Like, they look like they don't quite fit in with the rest of the area. I don't know if I'm just being odd here. Hang on, let me just pop up to the top and we'll take a look at this thing from above. They do, don't they? They look like they're not meant to be there. They look like they've been placed, which they have. And it's now raining, just to add to my list of problems. I think maybe like a couple more in the open spaces like that potentially could help out. Maybe it's because there's a sudden increase in density of trees. That could be the issue here. So we've probably got to surround the surrounding area in trees as well. Excellent. So a few more trees have been planted. I'm now just running around the area, placing in my bone meal, because that always helps out. When in doubt, just chuck some bone meal around, and that will sort of blend everything together, make everything look nice. We need some long grass there, maybe some long grass up here. You know what, I could probably do with some long grass pretty much all over my entire base. I love the look of it, and straight away... Oh, that looks so much better, doesn't it? Look how much better that looks. That's insane how much that's improved it. It looks like a proper environment now. So there we go. Top tip for those of you who are playing Minecraft and want to create natural looking environments. Chuck around your bone meal. Just place it all over the shop. And then things will start to improve. I'm going to keep doing this for a while. And we should have ourselves a rather nice looking community builds area. Next up on the to-do list is a tiny bit more terraforming. I'm actually going to get rid of this entire area. Oh my word, he came out of nowhere. He was camouflaged in the long grass. I think he might actually get me. I can't see him. Oh, he literally, that was like the most camouflaged baby zombie I've ever seen in my life. But as I was saying, we're going to be doing some extra terraforming. I'm thinking about taking out this entire area right here because there's not too much of it. The other side of it is in fact a lake. And I don't think it serves any purpose whatsoever other than obstructing the view of our gorgeous stone slab that we've created here. So I think that's the plan. 20 minutes later and the entire thing's gone. Look at that. I mean, can you believe that you can see just about Impulse's build over there? You can see XP crafted. We've got a full view of the power beam and the drone. This just looks 10 times better. I mean, this is a massive open space as well. I'm starting to think that maybe we could clear out some of this lake right here and actually do some base work over here as well, because these two areas are pretty much connected up. Now, the only thing that I am thinking is, obviously, currently it's very ugly. We're going to do some prettying up over here, chucking in some grass and things. But more importantly, that is now the ugly object in this area, so that's got to go as well. Whoa, now that that thing's gone, this is even more open than before. I mean, I know in the previous clip I said it was really open. Now it's like super open. It feels wrong for us not to expand out in this direction at some point. I have no idea what we're going to build over there. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Maybe we could create like a village for our villagers. That could be a nice idea actually. Like a little village area that they can actually travel through so that we have a proper place for them to stay as opposed to the little breeder that they have down there. But this place is huge. Yeah, we have got lots of unused land over in this section. But as I say, this spot is still looking pretty ugly. I've got some grass, I've got some dirt, I've got some bone meal and some trees. So let's start chucking those about as well. That spot there is now looking a lot prettier. We've got some trees and we've got some bone meal as well. Just waiting for the grass to grow back. But I'm really happy with this spot. And I'm actually really happy with everything we've done so far in today's episode. I mean, we've cleared up the entire drone. We've cleared up this area. We've cleared up this space as well. It's just looking fantastic. This is a really well needed episode. And maybe I should make an effort to do one every 20 episodes or so, just before things get too out of hand, because you guys know what I'm like. But anyway, next up, we are going to build a connecting area, which takes us from the industrial district over into the community builds area over here. Because, as you guys have noticed, there's not particularly a good way to get between them, and I think it would be cool to have some form of walkway that will take us through. Maybe in this spot right here. Just the final few blocks to go now. And we have got ourselves a 5x5 hole going right the way through the bottom of the hillside. So this is going to be our little area that we can travel through from the industrial district over into the community build space. And obviously I'll build an entrance on this side, and I'll build an exit on this side, or an entrance on that side, an exit on this side. You get the idea. But as far as the tunnel is concerned, I have no idea what to do. And you guys know, I'm a big fan of tunnels. You know, I love building tunnels. They're one of my favorite things to build in Minecraft. I have no clue what I want to do in terms of this tunnel, because the issue is that that's a very grey style and this is a very sandstone and red style. If we make one that matches this, then it won't match that, and if we make one that matches that, then it won't match this. Oh, I so don't know what to do. I think I'm going to pop into my testing world and we're going to do some creative mode building. Good news, after a little while longer of staring blankly at the screen, I have sort of come up with an idea that could be a little bit controversial. So I'm just chucking in the final few blocks so you can see the design for one side of it, and this is the design for the other half of it. Now, I really like this one, okay? I absolutely love this. I think it looks cool. There's plenty of orange going on. It looks really nice. Obviously, we have to come up with a way to light it. I was thinking maybe some glowstone in these areas here. But other than that, it's a tiny detail. That looks awesome. This half, not so much. The idea is that it's like two separate tunnels that then meet in the middle and they sort of merge together and swap. So you can see that we've got like a jagged line going along like this, a jagged line there, and then a jagged line going up like that all the way up to the roof. And it's 2 separate tunnel designs that work together, so they sort of mesh together, and then we have one on one side and one on the other, which I think is a cool idea. Okay, I think it's a really cool idea. It could probably be executed just a tiny bit better, but this half, I'm not so sold on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what it is about this that isn't really firing my buttons. There's no real blocks in the creative inventory or in the survival mode inventory that are really doing it for me, because obviously the industrial district is pretty much only sandstone, redstone, clay and glass. That's it. We have like a few bits of birchwood, but other than that it really isn't anything. Now obviously I would tend to use sort of birchwood logs like we've done here, but birchwood logs are ugly. They're really, really ugly, and they wouldn't look very good as the pillars, so I had to use bone blocks instead, which are really cool looking blocks, but they don't look cool here. So I don't really know what to do. As you can tell, I am totally lost for ideas. So what I'm going to say is let me know down in the comment section. I always do this. Oh, I've just come up with a cool one. Maybe. No, totally not. We're back to square one. So as I say, let me know down in the comment section what you think. You guys are much, much better builders than me, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. But anyway, let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. So as you guys know, at the end of my Hermitcraft episodes, I've been doing quite a lot of AFK sessions. Now the reason that I've been doing these is because number 1, I like getting a lot of resources, and number 2, you guys seem to quite like watching me get lots of resources. Now at the end of today's episode, we're going to be doing something slightly different. We are going to be going AFK, but we're going to be going AFK right at the very top of the drone. Now the only thing I will say is that I'm going to have to be very accurate with my elytra flying here, because there has been some... Oh no, that's so frustrating. I so thought we had that. Right, take 2. As I was just saying, the reason that I had to fly in using the elytra is because the minecart seems to be missing from our elevator, and we will fix that up at some point in the near future. But anyway, I'm going to go AFK now. We are going to be loading up all of the iron farms, which are now fixed. We are going to be loading up the mob spawner, which should be absolutely spewing out mobs because of the location that we're at. And also we will be loading up quite a large quantity of the industrial district, but I think a few of the arms will be fairly inactive. So things like the villager farms won't be working too well because I don't think the villagers will be moving. And potentially even crop growth will have slowed down. I'm not 100% certain on that, but there is a chance that that's happened. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how well this works. But anyway, I'm going to go AFK overnight, and I will catch you guys in the next couple of seconds. So it is now 12:46 on the next day. I've managed to AFK completely overnight, and we now have a bunch of items inside the storage system. Hopefully, if everything has gone to plan, we should have a ton of stuff inside here. So let's try our best to land on top of the drone, and we can take a look at what's going on inside the chest. So first up, gunpowder. I mean, really? That was like a full night. And we only got that much. That was like half a double chest. Maybe I'm used to industrial district rates, and, you know, this doesn't sound so impressive anymore. But that was like 14 hours, and I've just realised something. There are holes in the top of the mob spawner for some reason, and it looks like that is letting a ton of light in. I mean, clearly it's still working well, and clearly loads of mobs still spawning, but by the look of things there is some light coming through, which means that quite a lot of our spawning pads aren't actually active. Which, oh, that's really frustrating. Right, okay, let's take a look in these chests. That's a tiny bit better. We've got a tiny bit more from this one, but that definitely needs fixing up at some point, because that's not particularly brilliant, is it? I mean, we've got maybe 2 lines of gunpowder right there. I know we need to restock the TNT shop, but right now we're not actually getting enough gunpowder to create a substantial enough quantity of TNT. So maybe that's something that we're going to have to work on in the future. I can't believe that. That's a tiny bit disappointing. If we pop down to the industrial district, in theory, a few of the farms should have been running, so we'll be able to take a look at what's been going on down here. Obviously, I should have looked at the iron farms before we pop down, because, of course, those have been running as well. But let's quickly take a look in these ones as well. Now, as far as I remember, I believe the melon goes right the way up to the top. I think the pumpkins is now right the way up to the top as well, which is fantastic. This is to the top. This is to the top. This is to the top. Our eggs go up to the top as well. So we've basically filled up our storage system. Now that one's the roast chicken, and this one right here is the wheat. Now I have no idea if these two have been running. The roast chicken farm probably should have been. And we now have quite a good quantity of that. But as far as wheat is concerned... Oh, wow! Okay, that's doing a lot better. We've got 3 double chests of wheat. That's pretty good. I'm fairly happy with those results. I hope you guys are happy with those results as well. I'm a tiny bit disappointed, though, with the ones from the multi-spawner, especially as that's what we went up there for. That's what we did our AFK session for. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.